Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Stash Report from the Stash Project. Today is August 18th, 2017. Got a little teeny weeny itty bitty show here, but a couple things came out this week from the domestic side of things. So wanted to cover those real quick, and then there was a few things from the Japanese guys Japanese guy, Aoshima, that I forgot to mention in the last video. There was just so much stuff, and it was sort of strewn all over the folder that I use that I missed it. So we're going to cover those things real quick. This week we did not get the indications of the fourth quarter for Japan. We've talked about this before. We'll talk about it until it happens. There's the Tokyo based All Japan Hobby and Model Show that is coming up at the end of September. Had to think about what that title was called. And we would discuss this earlier. We should be getting the pre-orders, getting hints at least of what's going on. The only thing that has shown up for pre-order so far, and only at one place, is the AMG GT3 car that Tamiya is going to be doing. It has shown up for pre-order over at Hero Boy. Not a endorsement of that website. Just to be clear, I've never ordered from them before. I can't recommend or condemn. The price, as far as I'm concerned, for what we're at here in the United States is too expensive, but I couldn't see where it would certainly be a value option for people in Europe who would have to be paying customs duty on stuff coming out of Japan. For us here in the United States, the price is just not quite what you would need it to be to compare it to getting it straight from Japan. When you start figuring in shipping and stuff like that, it's probably going to be a good $10 to $15 higher. Now, their price would technically be less than the MSRP that you're seeing in the U.S. right now. The MSRP on that kit at Tamiya USA is $62.99. Only your most drudgy hobby shops are going to be charging you that much for it because most people give you at least a little bit of a discount. But based on that price and the pricing history of Tamiya, I would expect the kit itself to be about a 3,500 yen kit, maybe 3,800 yen. And mainly because if you ever look at the end cap of a Japanese kit, it'll tell you what the yen price is. So this is going to be upside down, but I can't dump it, or else I'll flip the box over. But you see right here, item number, maybe, if it'll focus. Come on. I love how sometimes this camera doesn't want to play. But right there, it's upside down, but it says 3,800 yen. So that's about where they've been pricing their kits lately. 3,800 yen in Japan. When you figure in, you get at least a couple of bucks off at Hobby Search and Hobby Lobby or Hobby Link Japan. You're talking about being 32, 33 bucks plus shipping. Depending on which way you want to go, it's like you're going to be looking at like something in the neighborhood of $40 to $45. And the price of the kit at Hero Boy right now is already 50 euros, which is $53 US. So, nothing, like I said, nothing against the website. I've never ordered from it. It's just when you're, at least for me, when you're looking at the value option, getting it direct from Japan, if you're in the United States, is the best option. Because obviously we don't pay customs on model kits here in the United States. When you import something from Japan, it just shows up and ta-da, you're happy and you're thrilled. And again, I understand for people who are in the UK and in Europe itself, when you import from Japan, you're getting hit with VAT, so or at least a customs duty of some sort, and it would definitely be cheaper to buy it in country than paying that. So. But be that as it may, if you really, really want one early, I don't know if it's just even going to be early, they're saying November delivery. That is the only place you can officially, at this point, order one. So, we have the Aoshima stuff. They'll, of course, have, 3 months worth of announcements to make, because right now, we've talked about before, there are no October kits. Then, obviously, there's no November or December kits either. Be interested to see if there's anything in the supercar lineup directly, or if they're going to sort of skip that for this quarter. If you will be doing a supercar at this point, I would assume it would be another variation of either the Aventador or the Huracan, or possibly the Pagani. We've, of course, talked about in the past with those kits. You have the Aventador S, which is the next level of the Aventador. You have the Hurricane Performante, which of course is the next level of Hurricane. And then we've talked about just the Pagani Warrior in general. There are parts in that box that you don't use for that kit. So there obviously is another version coming. Now, whether that's going to be the BC or the Roadster, could be either, could be both. The Roadster will probably be my inclination. It would solve a lot of problems with the way that kit fits together in terms of the doors and things like that, not having a roof. And the Roadster is both more powerful and lighter due to the construction process of the carbon fiber and whatnot than the actual Pagani Warrior itself. So it would be the more high performance vehicle, actually. So, like I said, I would expect something out of the supercar. I really want an Aventador S and the Performante, it's performance with NTE at the end of it. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly or not. Whatever. But I want both of those because I love the fact that you are linearly able to build through the Aventador line. Coupe, Convert, or Roadster, Anniversario, Super Veloz. And now you need the S to go next to it. The Hurricane obviously only exists in its base form right now, outside of the Hobby Design Liberty Walk Trans Kit, and the Performante would be the next Hurricane performance model. So I would take all three. I'll take a new Pagani. I'll take the Aventador S and the Hurricane. So we'll see what we get, and then anything else beyond that remains to be seen. You look at what's going on with Aoshima's, what they did for Shizuka, and you had all of these recently remodeled, for lack of a better term, vintage Skyline kits that they're putting new front and rear clips onto, or at least front and rear fascias, to make them model years that didn't exist, as well as just updating what were ugly looking moldings on the original kits. And you have the 79 that's coming out this month, and you have the 81 that's coming out next month, and then you're out of that, but it's still going to be the 60th anniversary. I almost said anniversario. 60th anniversary of the Skyline through the end of the year. September. Right now, still, we should be getting the Liberty Walk R35 Skyline. So, be interesting to see if there's any more Liberty Walk kits, up their sleeve. Right now, I refuse to buy any of the Hobby Design Liberty Walk stuff just simply because, and 81 and everybody else's, because I don't believe in buying anything from Liberty Walk that can be made out of an existing styrene kit. That would be your Liberty Walk Aventador and your Liberty Walk Murcielago. The 488 Ferrari would be cool, but that's a Fujimi kit and not and obviously, Aoshima's not going to tool up a Ferrari. They don't have the licensing. So, like I said, I'm looking over here because I finally got my shelves back. We'll do a separate video. I got some stuff in, so we'll do an inside the stash here, too. But, I have stuff to look at beside the blank wall for a change. Yay. Now I just need to get this wall fixed so that I can get the bench set up and we can actually do something. So, what we had come out this week, 2 on the domestic side, and then, like I said, leftovers from Japan that I forgot from last week. First up from round 2 on the AMT side of things. This is the only round 2 kit for this month. This is the American LaFrance custom pumper. A straight reissue of the custom pumper as it has always existed. Round 2 said that they had restored the amber and red lenses. Now, I don't know if that means that they're just running colored plastic through the tooling, or if there was actually something in the tooling that was lost, missing, damaged, that had to be fixed. But you get colored plastic lenses back for the first time, and apparently since the original kit came out. You're going to get a wide variety of decals for various fire department liveries. I'm assuming City of Troy, Michigan, obviously, since it's the box art, and I think there used to be like San Francisco and something else in the original one. I've had one of these, the 1980s AMT boxing, AMT Euro boxing. I built part of it. It was just way too much kit for like a 10-year-old. And I don't know necessarily that I want to go get another one. It's sort of an old fire truck at this point, and I haven't even built the Trumpeter Alf, which is a current, a more current, uh, you know, fire truck. But we'll see. The side of the box, which I can't show you here, just because I didn't bother to take a picture of it, has the little complete your American LaFrance collection, American LaFrance Ladder Chief. Now, the Ladder Chief, of course, is the one that hasn't come out yet, so that should give you foreshadowing, as we've talked about before, that they're going to go back through and reissue all three of the American LaFrance kit, because the Ariel truck already came out last year. So something to look forward to if you have not had these in the past. They are like 300 part kits. There's 100 parts on the chrome tree alone. They'll build up with the ability to build a 1960s, 70s era AMT truck. So, know what you're getting into with that. It's going to be a lot of parts, a lot of pieces, but it's nothing that can't be put together. But like I said, as a 10-year-old, that was too much. You still do get all the hosing and whatnot to cut your own hard suction lines. That's always been part of that kit. Get some, I don't even know what diameter it would be, but it's would represent a either a 5-inch or a 4-inch hard suction line. Nowadays a hard suction line is made out of very, very flexible rubber, and it's very, very rare in the fire service, at least in the United States anyway, to see hard suction lines like that anymore. Old fire trucks that had them originally probably still carry them, but I know that in my time as a volunteer firefighter, we had an old Mack that was a 1982, and even that didn't have hard suction lines on it anymore. It had one in the past, but they were replaced. The other American technically a reissue is finally the Mobius 1952 Hudson Hornet is out. We talked about this back at NNL East when we talked to the Mobius guys. This was going to come out at the same time as the Pontiac NASCAR kit. It lingered for whatever reason, but it is out now. This is, just a rebox of the existing Hudson tool. The 53 Hudson came out and then the 52 Hudson convertible came out. So this is sort of the combination of those two kits with a new interior pieces to make the 52 Hudson specific interior. Also included in this kit are the Kelsey-ish mags, or not mags, but wire wheels that have come with the 54 Hudson kits, as well as the Chrysler 300 kits. So it's a little bit of a wheel option for you guys. I know a lot of people like those wire wheels a lot more than the very dog dish, moon-ish wheels that the stock Hudson uses. So that option's out there. Otherwise, it's factory stock Hudson kit, with the 52 grill pieces out of the convertible and this new interior pieces. Going over to Japan, all the stuff is Aoshima. All of it is reissues. Like I said, it's just stuff that I had accidentally forgot about. Actually, I think one of these might actually be new, but be that as it may. First up is the AEA6 Truno Initial D Volume 37 kit. And this was a reissue from July. This is the one we always talk about getting as far as your best value when talking about buying a AEA6 Truno from Aoshima. This is the one that has all of the engine options as well as the roll cage added to it. You can build this anything from just the basic, tofu shop car all the way up to the mountain racing version that you actually see on the box art there. You've got a couple different intake options, a couple different exhaust options as well, again, as the roll cage. So there are 3 different initial D kits that Aoshima makes, each of them representing a different part of the manga and the anime. And this one, again, like I said, has all of the parts inside of it and remains to be the best option in purchasing. There are 4 wheel sets that came out in August that we forgot to tell you about. These are all 14-inch wheel sets. They basically go to those Grand Champ cars that have been reissued over the last couple of months, and we'll get the last 4 this month in August. And they are the Techno TRV. And then I don't know who is the maker of these wheels. If you happen to know, let me know. But they're just listed as being Mach 1, Mach 2, Mach 3. So you have the Mach 1 wheels, which are kind of a blank wheel with not a steely, but sort of a kind of a center line drag kind of thing, where it's just a single piece wheel. And then you have the Mark II, which is a 4-spoke, and then you have the Mark III, which is, I believe, going to be a 10-spoke or a 9-spoke, or maybe I'm trying to count the spokes from across the computer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's probably a 10-spoke. Anyway, all of those come with the gumball tires that you guys should be expecting out of the 14-inch wheel sets from the Grand Champion kits. And, you know, if you're interested in those have actually been out for a month now. Like I said, it was too much stuff going on the last video, and we forgot about them. And the last thing is a detail upset. I believe this is new. I don't believe this has existed before. It may. I'm not going to go dig and look it up, because Aoshima is doing these new detail upsets that are photo etch for various kits. We talked about the one they did for the Toyota Century, then they did one for the newly renovated 2015 Crown Royal, Crown Athlete, and they did the one when they reissued the 2007-2010 WRX STI kits. The WRX STI photo etch, again, I haven't compared the new one to the one I have, but it's basically the same photo etch. The 2015 Crown Athlete, Crown Royal photo etch is very similar to the 2010 version that came out when that kit, you know, or 2013, I guess, when that kit was modified into the new body style. So that's sort of as a carryover. The Century, I believe, possibly existed in some fashion in the past. It was very simplified, did not include all the colored photo etch that you get in the new one now. And then there's this one, which is for the 1982 Nissan Skyline Super Silhouette. I believe this would technically be a JTCC race car back in the day. And you see here, you get a little bit of colored photo etch with this for the actual instrument bezel and the auxiliary gauges, and then you get a big sheet of photo etch, which has quite a bit of things on it in terms of being a very basic kit itself. I mean, this is a formally motorized kit, so there's not a lot of detail in it. That's why you're not getting any kind of brake rotors here, because there are no brakes on this kit in those terms, but you get some intakes. You're getting the big V's, upside down V's, are the wing strut supports, and then you hit the big sort of U or backwards C, or actually it's a capital C as you look at it here, would be the front lip spoiler itself. And like I said, you get a whole bunch of like does fasteners and you know, various little intakes and vents and things like that. But it's a, you know, it's a little improvement to the kit itself, being a very, very basic kit, make it look a little bit better from the outside. And yeah, guys, that's it. So we'll be hunkered down here waiting on what's going on for the fourth quarter in Japan, and then we should excuse me, beginning the Revell stuff this week, as well as just rolling out the August stuff, generally speaking, from Japan as well. So with that Mobius kit being out now, that is pretty much everything that is currently in the pipeline for the rest of 2017. You should be expecting, before the end of the year, there's no release dates on this, the civilian version of the Catalina. Obviously, the NASCAR version can't be built into a street car, as well as the 4x4 F-Series pickup truck. So there are 2 more scheduled reissues from Mobius for 2017, but like I said, they're going to be fourth quarter more than likely. Well, they are going to be fourth quarter, because I don't believe there's anything supposed to come out next month. And hopefully they'll be out before the end of the year, is what I was trying to go for. So anyway, guys, we hope you enjoyed it. Mercifully short this week, right? And we'll see you guys